Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I actually did a thing on Instagram and asked for people to send me in suggestions. So one thing someone sent me was to follow a beauty guru's makeup tutorial, and I guess me try to do it myself and see how close I can get to what they did. So for today, I'm actually going to be doing Kathleen Lights, and she did a sexy glam makeup tutorial like 3 months ago. And so I'm going to be trying to follow that tutorial and see if I can do the same thing that she did. She's probably my favorite influencer. I love her so much. I've watched her for years now. So I will of course link her video down below, and I'm going to try to go in the exact order that she went and do the exact same thing. I'm not going to be using exactly the same products, but of course for eyeshadow I'm going to do matching shades that I have from different palettes and things like that. But I'm just gonna try to match everything that she did, but still use my own products. And I'm sorry if you can hear something in the background. My dog is chewing on a water bottle, so that's kind of in the background, and she refuses to quit. So if you hear that, I'm sorry, she doesn't care that I'm filming. But if you want to watch me follow Kathleen's tutorial, then just keep watching. So before I start on, Piper, can you really stop that for just a second? Do you mind? So before I start following her tutorial, I'm gonna use my own moisturizer, and that's my dog walking around, and her tags on her collar are clinging together. So that's probably also gonna be in the background this whole time. Also, the setup is different. I'm not in my usual brick background. So my boyfriend and I and our dog just recently got a new apartment, and a couple people mentioned that you're totally gonna be able to hear her this whole video. She's never been in here while we're filming before, so she has no idea what's going on. But a couple people wanted to see like a new apartment house tour, but I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. If you would like to see it, leave me a comment. If you would like to see that, leave me a comment down below. Now, we do just have a 1-bedroom because it's just us, so it is a very small apartment. That's the only reason that I felt like enough people wouldn't really want to see it, because it's really small, but we've done some decorating, we've done a whole bunch of stuff to it. So if you guys would like to see a tour, I would be happy to do that, but I also don't want to do it and no one care for it because the apartment is small. So I didn't know if anyone would really care about it. But like I said, if you want to see it, then just leave me a comment down below. But I'm going to be using, I mentioned this in my last video, I'm still using this. I still don't know how to say it, but it's Calendula Juicy Cream that I've been using, and I'm just gonna use this and my Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm, which was also the same combo I used in my last video. It's what I've been using to moisturize my skin before my makeup recently, and I really like the combination. And I also am struggling with, I don't know how much it's gonna pick up on camera, but I'm struggling with like some bumps and some texture, and I honestly think that it's from wearing a mask all the time, because I'm required to wear a mask at work for like my full shift. So me being there for like 8 hours and wearing a mask the whole time that I'm there, I think that it is what's causing some irritation to my skin, and I think a lot of people can relate because I've seen a bunch of people post about it, and I didn't even pay attention that that might be what was causing it until I seen other people post about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been struggling with the same thing. So if you notice that, ignore it, because I've also been slacking on my skincare recently too, because we've been moving and stuff, so I haven't really been doing much of it. But anyways, I am blending this in, and now we're going to jump into the tutorial. We have like picture windows in our apartment, and our dog, we have the blinds lifted up, so it's just one big giant window. So our dog is like really not happy with all the people walking around. So if you hear her growling in the background, I'll say it's because she's upset at all of the people walking around outside while she is staring at them out the window and is not outside with them. So in Kathleen's video, the first thing that she does is prime her eyelids with some concealer. So I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I don't ever typically start with my eyes first, but we are doing that today because I'm following exactly what Kathleen does. So I'm going to take some concealer across my eyelids and just start with that, blend it out, and then we will move on to the next step. So the first thing Kathleen does is go in with a light, it's like a mustard brown kind of color. Piper, your tags are gonna be jangling in this entire video. Okay, the collar has came off of the dog, so now she can walk around and not jingle, and you hopefully won't hear her. This video is gonna take us 3 hours to film just because we're trying to not have Piper in the background. Piper, come here. Do you want to meet them? Come here. You come around this way? Come here. Here. Up. 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 Look! Look, you say hey? Okay, so the first thing that Kathleen does is go in with a matte kind of mustard brown shade. I'm going to be using the Tarte BU Naturally palette. I'm gonna go in with this matte brown shade right here, which is pretty similar to the one that she used. And she really packed that color into her crease. And I'm just going to do the same thing. And in this video, Kathleen does do a cut crease. So since we are going to cut the crease, we do need to pack quite a bit of shadow in the crease and above the crease, since a lot of it will be taken away once we put that concealer on our eyelids. Okay, so I really tried to pack that color in my crease and above my crease. Now we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so the next thing Kathleen does is go in with a darker brown, and I'm actually gonna use this same palette and go in with this shade right here. And she really packs that color into the outer V, and so that is what I'm going to do now. Okay, so the next thing that she does is go in with a white color and go ahead and put it in her brow bone. So I'm still gonna be using the same palette and go in with the matte white shade in this palette and apply that to my brow bone. So now the next thing that she does is cut the crease. So I'm going to go in with that same concealer and use a flat shader brush and just one like this. And I'm going to cut my crease. I'm just going to apply the concealer straight onto the flat brush. That way it's easier to apply. So cutting my crease, I didn't drag the concealer all the way out to the very end of my lid. At the end of the eyeshadow, it's all kind of going to fade into this darker brown color at the end, so I don't want to completely eliminate the shade in my outer V. So the next thing that she does is go in with a gold shimmer shade. So I actually didn't think that this palette was going to end up having almost every color in it that she used, or at least colors similar to it, but it actually has most of the colors that she uses, or at least kind of dupes for it. So I'm going to go in with this gold shimmer shade, and I'm going to pack that across the lid where I just put that concealer down. Okay, so the next shade that she uses is kind of like an olive green shimmer that she blends into the gold shimmer on the outside. So she kind of makes like a fade with this gold shimmer into the olive green that then goes into the dark brown we put down in the outer V. And Landon is making a lot of noise. Okay, so the camera actually cut off, so we missed a couple clips. But all I did was I had to go into the Shared Planet Tiger collection because she uses an olive green shade, which I've already put in. So I used this shade, the shade Lush, in the Tiger collection palette to get the olive green shade that she used. And then I went back in with the dark brown matte that we used, this one, the darker matte that we used, and just blended that back in. So now she goes in with eyeliner and then does a wing. I'm not gonna do a wing just because I know that I will ruin the whole eyeshadow look if I try to do a wing on this. Plus, I'm not crazy about the way that wings look on my eyes anyways. So I'm going to go in with the Ciate, that might be how you pronounce it, Fierce Flicks eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a solid line across my lid and not do a wing like she did, but it's close enough. Okay, so I just did a thin line above my lash line because wings just aren't my thing, and I wasn't even going to attempt it for this video. But moving on, the next thing that she does is apply false lashes. So I'm using the Ardell Wispies, just the original. It's not the same lashes that she used, but it's close enough, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply those, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have the lashes on, I'm going to go in with some mascara and just blend it all together a little bit. I'm just using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And now we're going to move on to the face before we start on the lower lash line and such. So I also did not do my brows. Let me do that real quick because she actually did her brows and open this. She actually does her brows and I don't do my brows, so I'm just gonna run some clear brow gel through them before I forget about it. And now we're going to move on to primer. So I'm gonna go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. It's the Radiance one, not just the regular one. It's the one that helps put some glow into your skin. And then I'm also going to go in with the Smashbox Primer Water, of course. Now I'm going to go in with foundation. So for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. And next I'm going to go in with concealer, and I'm just using the same Urban Decay Naked Concealer that I used in the beginning. I also apologize if my hair is frizzy this entire video. I'm really struggling with my hair these days. Now we're moving on to lower lash line. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is take that initial shade that we used in our crease, which was just this light brown shade right here. And I'm going to drag that really closely across my lower lash line. So Kathleen puts a colored eyeliner into her waterline. So I'm actually not gonna do that because I don't have colored eyeliner. I'm just going to take the Smashbox Always On Gel Liner, and it's just black, and I'm going to put that in my waterline instead of a colored eyeliner. I'm gonna go in with the darker brown that we used in the outer V up top and put that in the outer portion of my lower lash line. Now I'm going to use that same mascara, the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I'm going to apply it to my lower lash line. Next, I'm going to, I guess I'll wait until I find the brush I want to use because I shouldn't talk to you without facing you. Next thing I'm going to do is go back in with that gold shade we used on the lid and apply it in my inner corner. Next is bronzer. So I'm going to go in with the Bahama Mama bronzer by The Balm. Next is blush. So she used a very light pink blush. I'm going to go in with the NARS Madly blush, which is a very subtle blush. And I'm going to add that onto my cheeks. Now I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to go in with the IBY Radiant Glow highlighter. And I don't even know if this has a shade, but it might just be Radiant Glow highlighter. But I'm going to go in with that on a brush that I can't find. I always forget to contour my nose. Okay, the dog is now awake again, so be prepared for probably more noise. Just kidding, she went back to sleep. She's bored. Oh, I found it. Now I'm going to apply some setting spray. And last but not least is lips. Now I'm going to go in with the Beauty Vault lip liner in the shade Cozy Kira. Now I'm going to go in with the Milani lipstick in the shade Matte Naked. Okay, so that is the finished makeup look. I think I got pretty close to what she did. Of course, everyone has their own way of doing things. So, of course, my face and my eyes, everything is different from hers. So, obviously, it's not going to look exactly like hers. But I think I did pretty close, and I really like the look that she did, and I really like how it turned out. Of course, I'm going to leave her video linked down below. And then I'm also going to include all of the brushes and products that I used down below. I don't think I even used any of the same products that she used. But I think I still pretty much got the same look, if not close to. But obviously, I have different preferences for my own skin. But I really liked her look. And I actually really enjoyed doing a video like this. So if you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Please leave me a comment of some videos that you would like to see from me. And yeah, I really hope you guys like this video. If you want to follow me on social media, my Snapchat is al.tate, my Twitter is alanytate with 2 E's, and my Instagram is just alanytate. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Piper, is the bottle necessary right now? Hello? 1 second, our tripod is no longer standing. Piper! Piper, enough.